Chapter 3, Mishnah 9. The previous Mishnah taught that when figs grow in a courtyard, they can be eaten as a snack only when they have not been combined. That is, when no more than one fig was picked and eaten at a time. This Mishnah discusses how this rule is applied to items that are usually divided into smaller pieces before they are eaten, so that even when one unit is picked, it is like several pieces combined. If a grapevine is planted in a courtyard, he may take a whole cluster of grapes from the vine and eat it without separating Maasros. Although a cluster has many grapes on it, we view the entire cluster as one unit and not as a combination of many individual grapes. The same is true for a pomegranate that grows in a courtyard, and the same is true for a melon that grows in a courtyard. Although a pomegranate consists of many individual seeds and a melon consists of many pieces, a whole pomegranate and a whole melon may be picked and eaten without separating Maasros. These are the words of Rabbi Tarfon. But Rabbi Akiva says, if he wishes to eat from these fruits without separating Maasros, he must pick one grape at a time from the cluster while it is still attached to the vine, pick out one seed at a time from the pomegranate while it is still attached to the tree, and cut off one thin slice at a time from the melon while it is still attached to the ground. Since these items are usually divided into pieces before they are eaten, Rabbi Akiva considers removing an entire cluster or whole pomegranate or melon to be combining two or more fruits. This makes them subject to the Maaser obligation and prohibits eating them as a snack until their Maaser has been separated. The rule that combining two or more items in a courtyard makes them forbidden to be eaten is applied to the leaves of the coriander plant. If coriander is planted in a courtyard, he may cut off one leaf at a time and eat it without separating Maasros. But if he combined two or more leaves, he is obligated to separate Maasros before he snacks on them. The Mishnah discusses the Maaser obligations of several other types of produce that grow in a courtyard. If savory, hyssop, and oregano are growing in a courtyard, if they are being protected by the owner, meaning that he is careful that they not be taken by anyone else, they are subject to the Maaser obligations. Since these plants grow wild without being planted, they are often left unprotected by the owner. Unprotected produce is not subject to the Maaser obligations, as we learned in Mishnah 1:1. Thus, unless the owner makes a point of protecting them, they are not subject to the Maaser obligations.